Good morning, students. In this video, I shall discuss about the asexual reproduction. Then, here, first of all, we shall discuss what is reproduction. Now, the reproduction is a biological process. It is first of all, it is a biological process, and normally it occurs in the body of the living organism. That is why it is a biological process, or sometimes we call it as the life process, because it occurs in the body of the living organisms only. The stones or the any non-living thing, they cannot produce another thing. So that is why it is a life process. Then what is this life process? The life process is the process which occurs in the body of the living organism. Now, in this process, the process of formation of new organisms or new young ones, you can say, organisms of its own kind, is called reproduction. It is the process of formation of new organisms of its own kind, and this process is called reproduction. And every living organism, it may be your very small bacteria, or it may be your higher plants like your banyan tree, or it may be your elephant, or it may be your blue whale, the largest animal. So they must produce and they should produce, because this production of the new organisms is a natural process, it is a life process. And next question arises, why do these organisms reproduce? If they will not reproduce, then what will happen? So if it is a biological process, no doubt, but every organism, they reproduce their young ones to continue their generation. They reproduce to continue their generation on earth. Continue their generation on earth. That means if one organism will not, suppose this is an elephant, if this elephant will not produce another elephant, then what will happen? Their generation will not continue. Why? They cannot continue their generation. Because every organism, they have a fixed lifespan. So every organism, they have a fixed lifespan. Then what is this lifespan? Lifespan means when every organism, they start their life either in the form of a birth of young one, or in the form of an egg, and from the egg the hatching occurs, the young one produced. Now this young one grow in size, then they becomes the adult, and after they become the adult, now they become old, and lastly they become die. So that is why here the first most important event, that is called the birth, then the last most important event, that is the death. These two are the natural things which normally occurs in each and every organism, or in the life of each and every organism. They must take birth, or they start their life, and after the completion of the whole life cycle, then lastly they attain the death. So that is why the birth and death occurs in each and every organism which are living. Now in between this process, it is the lifespan. Sometimes the lifespan of bacteria may be 20 minutes, which is the very small time or very little time. It is the 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, the bacteria produce another new bacteria. So that is why their lifespan is only 20 minutes. And the banyan tree, they normally survive for around 1,000 of years. So they can survive in the earth for thousands of years. And our tortoise, the animal, the tortoise normally survive for 150 years. And there are so many animals like a dog survive for 20 or 22 years, like that. So every organism, they have a fixed lifespan. That means one day they must die. So if one day they must die, then how their generation will continue? So that is why before the death, suppose this is the first phase, that is the juvenile phase or infancy, infant stage. After infancy, they grow in size, the childhood, then the adolescence, then adult, then old, then death. In case of animals, but in case of plant, normally, suppose here the seeds are there, and from the seeds the germination occur, and from the germination now the small seedlings grow into a plant, then the flowering occur. After flowering, the pollination occur. After pollination, what happens? The fertilization, then the zygote, then the embryo, and rest of the develop, and gradually it will form the fruit, and from the new germination, and the seeds will germinate again. So this is the life cycle of the plant as well as the life cycle of the animal. So in plants or animal, they have a fixed lifespan and they have a very definite life cycle. So that is why every plant and animals and microorganisms, they go through this. So that is why. So every organism, they reproduce naturally to produce the new organism to continue their generation on earth. If they will not reproduce, then after the completion of their one generation, the generation will not continue. For example, the lifespan of human beings, suppose 70, 80 years. After 70, 80 years, all the human beings who are here, they will die. But before their death, they produce their young one so that they will continue their generation on earth. Now, second question or third question, then if every organism, they reproduce and they must reproduce to continue their generation, of course, it is an instinct, it is a natural process, it is not an artificial or learning process, but it is natural, it is instinct. Every the small insect, they do not have the knowledge of reproduction, but they reproduce. The bacteria, they do not have any idea about reproduction, but they reproduce. The elephant, the monkeys, every organism, they reproduce. Even the plants, they produce their young one without the knowledge of reproduction. So that is why it is the instinct, it is the natural process. Now, if all the organisms they reproduce, then if all the organisms they reproduce and they have their own reproduction process. Now, next important thing is that if every organism reproduce, whether it is a plant or it is an animal or it is other microorganism, or the reproduction method or the modes of reproduction are same, are the modes used by the bacteria, used by the plant or by the animal are same in nature or they are different from one another. Normally, the organisms they reproduce, but their modes of reproduction are not same on the basis of their habitat, on the basis of their physiological processes in their body, on the basis of their physiology, on the basis of their internal anatomy. So the modes of difference are different. That means every organism, they reproduce in a different way in comparison to the other organisms. Some plants they reproduce in another way, some plants another way, and some animals they normally reproduce by their own way. So that is why every organism they reproduce in their own way. But basically this reproduction process are divided into two types. Now, the first one, that is your asexual reproduction, and another one, that is the sexual reproduction. Then what is this asexual mode of reproduction and what is this sexual mode of reproduction? Now, in this asexual mode of reproduction, normally here only one parent is involved. One parent means one organism can produce the offspring. In case of plants or in case of or microorganisms or lower organisms, this type of reproduction mostly occur. But in case of sexual reproduction, what happens? Two types of parents are involved. Two types of parents are involved. Sometimes they are called the male parent and the female parent. In case of unisexual organisms, but sometimes the organisms are bisexual in nature. Both male gametes and female gametes are produced by the same individual, and this type of individual are called the bisexual individual, and they produce both male and female gametes, and the fertilization occurs and the development of the young one occurs from the same individual. So this is called here bisexual individual. So that is why two types of organisms or two types of gametes, you can say, two types of organisms, they produce two types of gametes, and that is why here no gametes are involved. No gametes are involved in this process. In the asexual reproduction, no gametes, neither male gametes or female gametes are involved here. But in case of sexual reproduction, what happens? The gametes are produced by the individuals of the male and the female. Male organisms produce the male gamete, female individual produce the female gamete, and the male and the female gametes are, in case of plant, it is the pollen grain. In case of female gamete, that is the egg cell. So it may be your pollen grain or egg cell. These are produced by the plant. And in case of animals, normally they produce the male gametes called the spermatozoa, and in case of animal, female, that is the egg cell. So both the sperm, egg, these are the gametes which are produced by the organism during sexual reproduction. Now, in the asexual reproduction, normally no fusion of gametes, because the gametes are not formed, so that is why no fusion of gametes occurs here. Now, in case of asexual reproduction, what happens? The offsprings are genetically and morphologically, they are similar to their parent. In case of asexual reproduction, the organisms are normally morphologically and genetically similar to one another. That means what? Here, in case of asexual reproduction, the offsprings which are produced, offsprings are genetically and morphologically similar. Morphologically, they are similar to one another. So that is why these organisms are sometimes called the clones. They are called the clones, or they are called the exact copies of their parent. So due to which in these organisms there is no variation occurs in the offspring, and due to this no variation occurs, that means normally no adaptation or evolution normally occurs by this process. So that is why asexual reproduction has some demerits of like this, but they are very much simpler way of reproduction, and it may be here binary fission, multiple fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, vegetative reproduction. There are so many methods, but normally the clones or the offspring, they are exact copies, and there is no genetic variation occur. So that is why there is a demerit for them, and they are similar to their parent. But in case of sexual reproduction, what happens? Normally the offsprings are different. The offsprings are normally genetically different. They are genetically normally different from their parent. And how this difference occurs? And that is due to the phenomenon of crossing over during the gamete formation. During gamete formation, and during gamete formation, normally a special type of cell division that is called the meiosis, and during this meiosis normally a special process or phenomenon occurs that is called the crossing over. And during this crossing over, what happened? The exchange of segments occur, exchange of segments or exchange of parts of non-sister chromatids. Non-sister chromatids occur. So during this, what happened? The segments are exchanged. So that is why the genetic materials are exchanged. So that is why in the offspring some variations occurs in the character. And due to this variation in the character, normally it is an advantage for the organism, and the organisms are genetically different from the parents, and they have certain new characters. The new characters developed in the body, and these new characters normally leads to the process of adaptation, and the adaptation process means the new characters help them to survive in that particular environmental condition. So that is why this adaptation is possible only due to this meiosis or crossing over. Then in long run, this adaptation leads to your evolution process. And during this evolution process, now from amoeba, the higher animals like human beings are developed. So during the process of evolution, normally this crossing over, it is a natural process of variation. It helps in the development of the new character, and this development of the new character in the long run helps in the process of evolution. So that is why this sexual mode of reproduction, it has the more advantages, and it is normally occur in the higher plants and animals. Now that is why now we shall discuss in detail in the next video about the asexual modes of reproduction and how does it occur in the different organisms. And first of all, we shall discuss about the reproduction or asexual modes which occur in the lower group of organisms. And in case of higher plants, normally the vegetative propagation occur, which is a asexual mode. But in case of higher animal, there is no asexual mode of reproduction, but there is a sexual mode of reproduction. But now we shall discuss here only this one, and next video we shall discuss the next part of the asexual reproduction. Now I hope this video will be beneficial for you, and if it will be beneficial for you, then like it and subscribe for further videos. Thank you.